is it really appropriate? No, this is bothering me. So you see, I gave shit to this person. I was rude to that person. I disregarded that person. But it wasn't about them. It was because that thing is bothering me. So the more you understand yourself, the more you will understand other people. And that's how we develop compassion. All right? So this is unfortunately the human being's favorite pastime, which is self-pity. Humans love to pick up the knife and stick it in your own heart and say, my boss did this, the government did this, the world did this, right? How much do you blame other people? How many times when things happen in your life is it, I screwed up? And how much is it somebody else's fault? All right? Now, granted, a lot of times it's not your fault. A lot of times it is the government or this person or that person or whatever. But if you get in the habit of realizing that no matter what it is, somehow you were involved, right? So it wasn't my fault that that guy smashed my car. But at the exact moment that I left, or as I was driving, I didn't actually look to see he's starting to move, so I could have slowed down. Somehow I could have avoided that situation. Maybe, maybe not. But if you think that way, where was it my fault in any situation? What did I do that precipitated this argument, this fight, this disagreement? If the employee, like for example, the woman who did this course last time, she always gave that particular colleague trouble. You know, she's the superior. Always treated, she's a German. So she always, you know how the Germans are? We're very strict, very tough. This is the way to do it. Because it's the language, right? They will say, you will have a good time. That's straightforward. Yeah, very straight, very abrupt. So she had thought, because of what I had taught her about this, it's always your fault in some way. So she had thought, maybe this person, this colleague, always gives me trouble because I'm always just saying you have to do this, this is what I need, this is it. So that day, she said, oh, okay, it's always my fault because of how I treated her. I'm going to now put it differently. I'm going to say, oh, you have a lot of work. Oh, yeah, I understand. Times are really stressful these days, and how are you dealing with it? And yeah, okay, I know there's a lot of problems. I know, but this is the job. It's the way the world is. I understand how you feel. And that's what turned it around from being 2 weeks to be done in 30 minutes. Okay? So instead of her saying what she usually does is, this one always gives me trouble, that person is difficult to deal with, a problem, she thought, okay, where am I responsible for that person always giving me trouble? And thought, okay, the way I treat her made her react this way.
It happens a lot with the perfectionists, I think, because I'm a perfectionist and I used to torture myself quite often, because I want everything to be perfect. And so I get something sometimes, then I consider it as personal when it's not personal and it's out of my control, so I could relate to that.
I used to be perfectionist, Virgo, everything. And then I realized, you know what an arrogant thing to think that I am as perfect as I think I am. And so I started to observe all the things I did wrong, the things I said wrong, the things I made mistakes, the things I didn't know. And it doesn't destroy my self-esteem, because the only reason it'll destroy your self-esteem is if you insist on being perfect. But I should be perfect, like God. Well, if you were God, you wouldn't be here in a human body, right? Okay, so the more I realize, you know what, I'm a human. If I cut my finger, it will bleed. If I do, how many stupid things do I do? Why? I'm not thinking. Can I keep my mind focused 7 minutes? Buddha said 7 minutes only of perfect focus, you will be enlightened. Can you keep your mind focused for 30 seconds? No. How can I think I should be so perfect? So it's not a matter of I'm useless, I'm no good, I'm a failure, but it's put things in reality. That as a human being, as what I am very limited. Okay, my work is very contrary to the common things out there. Things like words have meaning, words have power. As I say, they have no value. And the other one is, you're awesome, you're great, you're amazing, you're awesome, right? This is a common thing, right? Hype, hype, you're wonderful. This is what everyone likes to do. And I'm saying, no, you know what? You're flawed, you're handicapped, you're not really that great. Be realistic, because that is the truth. We are not that great as human beings. We're very flawed. Mind cannot stay focused. We're arrogant. We make mistakes. We believe things that are wrong, and we're so certain. We have fixed opinions. We're closed-minded. So when I see the reality and then I say, well, that's a human. Why am I this way? Because of how I was raised, because of my family, because of what I learned. And then I remember, well, you know, I was born baby no name. That's who I was, who I am. And then I was the sponge who absorbed all of these thoughts and habitual patterns, which include being a perfectionist, trying to do everything perfectly or whatever it may be. So I am not flawed. My humanity is flawed, which is that sponge. And I can rinse out that sponge. And this is the more profound work that we do in the All is Mind course. How to rinse out that sponge, why it is this way, and so on. That's why it's 4 sessions, because we get into much deeper work about how to fix this problem. But for now, just keep thinking of, why should I think I should be perfect? What gives me that idea? Obviously, we're so flawed, right? So that gives you the humility, right? But now, because you're awesome, you're great, you're amazing, and when you make a simple mistake, oh my God, I'm terrible, how could I do that? Because you're a human. But I hate that. You know, when you make a mistake, I'm only human, right? I hate that. And my answer is, no, I'm not. And I'm not going to be just human. And I can prove we're not actually human. How? Do you believe you have a soul? Do you believe there's anything happens after you die? You go to heaven, you go to hell? Do you believe in anything like that? Any kind of spiritual awareness, consciousness, something continues? So then what is that? It's not your human body. So you just admitted you believe you're not human either. Because that part of you that's thinking, that you call your soul or spirit or whatever would continue, obviously isn't human. And everything human is just your body, your mind, your ego, which dies along with your body. But my consciousness is something different, can think differently. So the more you think about it and realize, no, actually, I'm not just human. But because I'm stuck in this human body, I have limitations. It has limitations. I'm stuck with the limitations, right? Can you fly? No. Why? Because you're in a human body. If you're a spirit, you could fly. But you can't. You're a spirit, but you're trapped in a body, so you can't fly. So why should you be perfect? So you see, it's the objective reality that gives us humility and an acceptance. Then you don't have to be such a perfectionist. Make sense? Yep. A bit esoteric, but, you know, we could go. I mean, this is why my school, I have students with me 20 years. Because everything you're doing, you learn a little bit, you learn a little bit, you learn, you know, everything takes a little bit of knowledge before we can learn the next level, right? So it continues to go deeper and deeper and deeper. So we can choose a better alternative. Stick the knife in your heart or give them a flower, right? So here it is again. You are responsible for everything in your life. I'm sorry where some of the slides come after I spoke about something, but you know, it's all coming from me and my experience. So sometimes I am not entirely on script because there is no script as such. I don't have notes. Sometimes I put a note just to make sure I say something I wanted to say, but most of these have no notes. I just get triggered by the slides. I am responsible for everything that happens in my life. That's why my businesses worked. My employees respected me. My clients loved me. I have one student, he's a sound engineer, freelancer in New Zealand. People at his level, because there's different levels when you do movies and film and TV, there's, B grade, A grade, D grade, and so on. At his level, people are making 50, 60,000 a year. And some of them are even better skilled than him. His earnings, 250, 260. When the rest are making 50, 60. One day he told me, we got together, how what do you call it? Everyone in an industry, they meet up and talk about things. He says, one day we were all together and everyone is saying, no work on, there's no work on, there's no work on. Everyone is complaining. He said, and I am so booked every single day. Some days I have 2 jobs. I have a day and a night shoot. He said, I felt so embarrassed to tell them I'm so heavily booked while they're all saying there's no work on. And he's not as good as some of them. I mean, the skill level. He has one thing I taught him. Well, he has a few things I taught him. But the most important thing is when you screw up, you fix it at your cost immediately. And he screws up on every job. Mistakes always happen. But when anybody else makes a mistake, they don't take responsibility. This boy always, it's wrong, I'll fix it. And the producers are going to say, well, no, it was this and that. He says, doesn't matter. It has to do with sound. It's my fault. A truck went by. It's my fault, making a noise. It's my fault. I'll fix it. And that's why everyone gives him work, because he takes the full responsibility for everything. Okay? So, and he doesn't get used or abused because of it, but he makes 5 times more than anybody else. So here you have a boy who, when I met him at 25, he had 10,000 in debt, no direction, no life, no goals, nothing. And at 35, he's worth over $1 million. New Zealand dollars, because of take responsibility. Okay? And here's what I said before. Age, wealth, education does not equal maturity and self-control. All right? And the truth is, as I think we all know, when you get to be that old, you need a diaper again. For some people, right? They say that. What is it? When the miracle, when you're a baby, you can walk on your own, you can pee on your own. And the miracle when you're old is you can walk on your own and you can pee on. All right? Age, they're old people. They are still immature. Age doesn't equal maturity and wisdom. Right? That's what you just got to get in your head for 2 reasons. First of all, you will see people more objectively. And secondly, you won't become one of them. Where you think because you're old, like my father said, you will respect me because I am your father. And if I say it is nighttime in the middle of the day, it is night because I am the father. Iraqi mentality, right? Unbelievable, but that's his attitude. So you have to be careful you don't get in any degree, I'm the boss, therefore I'm right. I'm a PhD, therefore I'm right, whatever it is. No. You always have to be ready to remember. That doesn't equate. So here's the exercise. Observe yourself attacking. This one is the most important exercise. You can take a picture of it or whatever you like. The most important exercise when you attack. Because you want to understand anybody else. You're part of the human race, human species. Understand yourself, you'll understand them. All right? So anytime you're getting angry at anybody, look for the truth of what really is happening within you. Okay? Is it the boss worried about losing his bonus? When you're angry at work, do you think, maybe I'm going to get shit, I won't get my bonus, I might lose my job, and so on. All right? And this one, I love this. How long it takes to build the buildings? Maybe some years. How long to destroy? Very quick. All right? And it doesn't matter whose perspective. In other words, if it's me watching what's being destroyed or it's somebody else watching what's being destroyed, the result is the same. In other words, when 2 people are fighting, you destroy the relationship. So if you're married and you get angry about stupid little things because you have stress at work, and you can't say, sweetheart, I'm worried if I lose my job, I can't support you, I can't pay the rent, I'm too embarrassed, because the man has an ego. And the man cannot admit that he's a failure at work. And he cannot take care of the woman, so he can't admit it, so he's just getting angry. And she says, why are you getting angry, blah, 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 and you destroy everything, right? all you do is destroy. So there's another thing to contemplate. What did you believe that turned out to be very wrong? So in a way, I'm not trying to destroy your self-confidence. I'm trying to destroy your ego. I'm trying to destroy the mountain so that you can become a cloud, all right? I can say the exercises, what I'll do is the exercises I'll send you so you can have them to remind you. And actually, I'm giving you the book. So you'll have in the book, you'll have the exercises. Okay. That's why we need your email so I can email it to you. So whenever you feel fear, conflict, anger, insecure, just remember they're not meaning to attack you personally. Remember my BMW. Remember my car. He wasn't waiting for me. And that everyone is in pain. And you're misinterpreting the situation always. Because it's always coming from something else, which is why you have to observe yourself. Okay? And there's no way to have a conflict unless there's two people. You can't have a fight with me if I don't fight back. So in summary, it's never about you. You don't listen because you think you know. Companionship is everything. That's what drives you. Everything that you do is for the need of companionship. You're just ignoring it because it's so hard to get, but it's still in there. Words have no value other than what's in your imagination. And if you have boundaries, you can't talk to me this way, you have to behave this way to me, you're putting yourself in a prison, in a bubble. So if it's a bubble, and it's like a soap bubble, and you're in this bubble, and you're floating and floating and floating, when the bubble pops, you come crashing down. You will come crashing down. So we do not want boundaries. We do not want to tell anyone how they have to behave or talk to you. Because anytime you're setting up a condition on someone else, not that you have to do your job this way, but I mean, you'll figure it out, right? No boundaries about you have to talk to me this way, you can't say that to me. Then you're not in a bubble, because if you are, you're in a bubble, waiting for you to get upset when they do talk that way. If I say, you have to talk to me in a certain tone of voice, you're not allowed to raise your voice to me. And we're talked together for a year and everything is cool. And then one day something happens and you yell at me, I'm going to get angry. So when I make a condition on you, I am putting myself in a bubble. And the longer you abide by that condition, the higher the bubble goes. And when that condition is not fulfilled for some reason, boom. And that's the level of my anger. This is why people explode. A friend of mine in Nepal, he lived in Germany for a while. He said, the thing is, Westerners get divorced so much. He said, no. He said, little thing happens, you keep inside. Little thing, keep inside. Little thing, keep inside. And then a little thing, and you explode and divorce. He said, with me and my wife, little thing happens, we yell, we scream, we break a dish, it's over, and we love each other. So it's the same thing. When I'm behind some slow driver, I'm cursing. Yeah. I am yelling. So angry. Okay, now I'm good. As soon as I'm in front. Because he's not there anymore. I put him down at the side of the path, right? So your boundaries, your conditions, your rules, are you playing God? You're not God. When something happens that proves you're not God, the bubble bursts, and you created your own pain by putting yourself in that bubble of boundaries, okay? So words have no meaning. It's up to you. That's your bubble. Now, here's the exercise. Every month, because everything is habitual, right? All your emotional reactions are habitual. Make a new habit and break a habit, all right? So that means every month you create one new habit and you break one habit. And you keep that. So at the end of 1 year, there's 12 new habits and 12 broken habits, all right? This is one, to give you an example, what I do. So when I'm brushing my teeth, feeling the sensation of the brush and so on, this finger is tapping very quickly, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 1 to 10 repeatedly, very slowly, while this finger is going very quickly, brushing my teeth. So that's 2 things, counting, tapping, and then add to it, stand on your toes, right? So those are 3 different habits you could change. So the first month, you could be tapping the finger. Second month, you add to it counting 1 to 10. Third month, standing on your toes. Other things I did is I used to have tea with milk and sugar every day. Then 1 month, stop sugar. Next month, stop milk. Next month, stop tea. Okay? So any habit you have, break it. And every month a new one. And by breaking external habits, you open your mind to subconscious patterns, which means that you're opening your mind. No more fixed opinions. That's connected. Fixed opinions are habitual ways of thinking, right? If you always think that same opinion, well, that's a habitual way of thinking. So one of the other courses I made up is called Anatomy of the Mind. Anatomy of the Mind is a model of the emotions as organs in the mind. So you have a heart, liver, kidney, lung, spleen, so on. So you have love organ, hate organ, pity organ, and so on. Okay? One of them is the habit organ. Now the habit organ is like a liver of a person who drinks a lot of alcohol. It atrophies. It becomes hard. And that's why the older you get, the harder it is to break your habits. And that's why old people are difficult, because they've got their fixed habits and patterns. That's why as people get older, the idea, if they're single, to get in a relationship becomes more scary because, no, I like things my way. By breaking habits and making new habits, you exercise the habit organ, which is basically, in that model, is expanding your whole mind in ways that you can't imagine right now. So those are habits you make, like brushing your teeth that way, or definitely do yoga half an hour, whatever you want, it doesn't matter. A small thing. But as long as you're making a new habit and breaking an existing habit, okay? And I just tell you one little story, and then we're finished. I was in India in the early 90s, before computers. And I was in a small town and wanted to buy a train ticket, but I wanted to book the ticket for the next day, so it'd be easier when I got to the train station. So this fellow, he's at the gate, at the ticket thingy in the office. I said, I'd like to book a ticket for tomorrow. And he says, no need, sir. You come tomorrow. Many train, many seat. You come tomorrow, many seat. You come get ticket tomorrow. I said, no, I'd rather book a ticket. I'd feel safer if I have the ticket, the seat, everything. No, no, sir. You come tomorrow. Many train, many seat. You come every day. Many train. You come. You get ticket. Please, I really want to. I'll feel better. It's okay. No, 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 no. Okay, this goes on. I give up. It's impossible. He's not going to give me a ticket. All right. Next day I come back. Same guy. It's a small town. Okay, I want to go there. He says, no train, sir. What do you mean no train? On this day of week, Tuesday, whatever, never train goes to that town. You come tomorrow, tomorrow there is train. But yesterday you said there'd be a train today. Yes, yes, I told you there would be, but on this day of week, never a train. You come tomorrow, get ticket. I'm like, but I checked out of my hotel. I booked the next hotel. I got my bag packed, everything. Come on, give me a ticket. I got to go. I'm sorry, sir, there is no train today. You come tomorrow. So now I'm getting really angry, and I finally said to him, why? If you knew there would not be a train today, why did you tell me there would be? I did not want to get you upset. But how many times do you do that? You don't want to get someone upset. You don't want to say something, so you bend the truth, you hide something because you don't want to get them upset, and then later, bigger problem, right? So how many times are they doing that to you? You're doing that to them. And if you just have to understand good intentions, I want to be nice, I don't want to say a bad thing, I'm embarrassed to say something, right? You don't always know what's behind somebody's intentions, all right? So there you go, that's it. These are our social media thingies. If you would like to follow, what is it? Follow us?
Follow us.
I hate social media. I never touch it. That's what Renzi is doing. Okay, so we want to follow us, like us, so on, all right? And now any questions? There we go. That went a lot longer than I thought. I apologize.
She will send all the story. We don't need
What? No, better you
better
take a picture, yeah. But I guess I could send it all.
Yeah, I can actually send it, right?
You will send
Okay.
on WhatsApp.
The link
Okay.
That one.
I'll send it through WhatsApp to all of you, so
Right.
you can always have. And in our community group, we always had some Mr. Davis articles.
Sure.
All right. So any questions or anything? All right. So we do other courses, and I'm still making more courses for business more related or things like that. All is Mind, like I say, goes deeper into the way the mind works. So you can take this information and make it much more effective and profound. After All is Mind, then that's a prerequisite. Then you can do Anatomy of the Mind, takes it a little further. And then we have one for relationships, how to have better relationships for dating, or if you're already in a relationship, showing you mistakes that you might be making so you can have better personal relationships. But again, it's all psychology of how the mind works. But I've been very careful that for each of the courses, I don't duplicate information. So each course will have something new and different. So it's not like, yeah, I heard that before in the other course. So I did that. So you can take any other courses, anything you like, and ask any questions. And for me, I don't do this as a business. I mean, it costs me money to get this space and everything. So there has to be a fee and, you know, something to cover that, because I don't want to spend money to help people. I do it to help people. So that means that as much as you want, WhatsApp, questions, emails, anytime. All right? So once you take any of my courses, you have forever to be able to ask me questions, WhatsApp me, email me, anything you want. Okay? So feel free at any time. And I like that, because as you'll do the exercises and you'll have your experiences, I like to hear your feedback if you have any nice stories. And of course, if you want to clarify anything, because you will probably get things wrong or have questions or be confused, please don't be shy. Ask me. I'm very happy to continue chatting and talking and clarify things so you can make the best use of what I'm teaching you. All right? So yeah, don't be shy. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Are all those events posted on Internation or?
No, this is my own school. So Internations, that was just Joanne decided she wanted to help me, so she put it there. But everything you come directly to me.
So we register
To you to have?
through you?
Yeah.
or-
Well, Renzi, and I mean, she's organizing for me.
The one that sent you the location, that was me.
Yeah, that message.
Yeah.
You send it.
That's it. So on the WhatsApp or the email.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Renzi.
Yeah. So yeah, directly on WhatsApp or email, not through Internations. That was just for this one.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Much. Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right. Good night. Sorry I ran too long, but I
send
do.
you-
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saved your number.
Yes.
Yeah, because when I received the message, I sent him a message, but
Yeah.
I saw that maybe she's
Yeah.
busy.
Yes.
So I was trying
It's
to
a-
call it, but I cannot call it this number.
You can call.
I can call us on this number? Because I called you from outside. It was
Oh no, but that's no, because that's the new number.
Yeah.
We still have to get the new phone for that one. Yeah, so that's right. Can't receive. You will be able to call.
Because
Uh,
when it was I
But
did a
you have
mistake.
WhatsApp.
I didn't came on this side. I came
Uh-huh.
to the other side.
Yeah.
Because I've never been here.
A lot of people did.
So I
Yeah.
tried.
Every event has different.
All right.
And I was trying to call her. I didn't want to call you in the beginning because I say maybe
It's okay.
you're-
Yeah. But then I turn it off. You could call, it won't ring.
Yeah, no, it's
But yeah.
for that I'm saying.
That's why, you know,
Thanks so much.
yeah.
We
Thank you.
try.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Thank you. See you.
Bye bye.
So then you can
Bye
decide
to everybody.
what
Okay,
you want
bye.
to focus on. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
I want to ask something. Can we do it here or you want to walk out?
No, here is better. It's too hot outside.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Thanks a lot for coming. Thank you.
How do you pursue people to get tasks done? I mean, without getting,
You're talking about at work,
yeah.
but it's their, okay. So I'll ask some silly questions to get through there, but it's their job. So why don't they? If it's their job to do the task, why aren't they doing it?
I always find people don't like to be accountable.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's it's something which I can't understand.
It's human nature. They will never take because they're too scared of screwing up. So anytime if I'm accountable and it's wrong, I might lose my job, you won't like me, that's